Welcome back to Mad Dog Air Guns. I've got here Gamo Big Cat. Now the Big Cat is exactly the same as the Gamo Hunter 440 AS. This is the cheapest chips. It's all the internals are exactly the same as the Gamo Hunter. Now I've put the Gamo Hunter back on its original spring. Less recoil. I've just fired some of this through the chronograph, which I'll put up on the screen now. First shot 21 joules, and then it's sort of hovering around 18, which is just over 13 foot-pounds. Just over 13 foot-pounds. In France, the legal limit's 20 joules if you haven't got a license. So it did smell a little bit oily the first couple of shots. So whether that was sort of a bit of dieseling or what, I don't know. I'm going to put the original spring back in this. I think this was the rifle that I put the custom Air Seals Performance piston seal in. So it has got a lot of twang, just the same as the Gamo Hunter did on the full power spring. Now the full power spring, I've just put some very light pellets for it because I've just been testing another rifle which is just about 1 foot-pound of power. So there was just 7.9 grain, which is 0.51 gram. I've done the chronograph in both metric and imperial. I appreciate that a lot of my viewers are either in the UK or over in the US, and I keep getting a lot of people saying, oh, what is it in foot-pounds? So I will try in future to do both. You know, the chronograph does it in both, so I will do a few shots in imperial and a few shots in metric. So yeah, this is coming in over power on the first couple of shots, but then it sort of settles down around 18 joules. But as I say, that spring has got a lot of twang in it. So really easy job to do on these Gamo rifles. If it's anything like this, the Gamo Big Cat or the Gamo Hunter, really quite straightforward. So I'll bring you over onto the bench, we'll strip it down, swap the spring over, pop it all back together, and we'll fire some more through the chronograph. So let's see you over here. Under this stock bolt here, one in the back here. That should just lift out there now. Be careful, you got that cap at the back there. It just pops out. Let's get rid of that for a second. You got the bear trap to disassemble. Pop that spring off like that. I can spin that round and take that out. And then this bear trap piece just slides forward like that. Then you can undo it from here. Just take that out, like so. Now we've got to compress the spring and take the pin out. There's a pin there, so we need to do that. I'm going to have to take the scope off. They're a bit tight, to be honest. Don't need to be that tight. Get that off out of the way. Now I should, in theory, be able to push down on that. Need to get some light on the job here, don't I? Alright, push it down, get some pressure on it and push that pin out. So just give this a little bit of a clean up. And I've got quite a bit of grease on it. Pop that on there. Put the guide back in. Slide it back in there. Now that's back in. All back together again. Right, just a few shots through the chronograph. Swap it to metric. All back together. That's now running at about 17.8 joules consistently, which is about 13 and a bit foot-pounds. It's well within the legal limit. So if my dad's using it, he's not going to get in any bother. A couple of the flyers, with the first string, it was over 20 joules. We like to keep on the right side of the law. I've got a licence, so any of the guns that I've got, if they go over power, it won't make a lot of difference. Dad hasn't got a licence, so he needs to stay within the law. Definitely feels a lot less recoil, but still putting out about the same sort of power. So yeah, all good. Really easy job to do on these, and that's all I can say about it. So I'm gonna have to zero the scope in again, but I'll leave that to my dad. He can mess about with that. I've given him a couple of tins of pellets so he can have a bit of a play with it, try and get it zeroed in best as he can. And yeah, he's well within the legal limit now. It's consistent power, and it's not as much twang in the spring. With the Gamo Hunter there, I was really struggling with it because every time you pull the trigger, had such bloody recoil on that high power spring. It was just sending the rifle all over the place. And when you think you've only got a 4.5mm pellet, it doesn't take a lot to knock that off a target. So I'm quite happy with that. I've got the Gamo Hunter back to original, and this is now back on the original spring, putting out consistent power. So all good stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.